If you're watching this video, you are a busy entrepreneur, and in this video, I'll tell you exactly how you can go from skinny to the best shape of your life, all from home, and how you can stay consistent. But first, let me tell you my story. When I was younger, I went on this trip and it completely changed my life forever. I remember arriving at the hotel, and it was the first time in my life that I experienced freedom. It was the first time in my life that I had nobody on top of me telling me what to do, what time to wake up, or any of that. I could just wake up whenever I wanted. I could eat and do whatever I wanted throughout the whole day. I could go to the ocean whenever I wanted. I could work on my laptop, and that was the best time of my life. This was a moment that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. This was a moment that it completely shifted my view of the world. I truly experienced freedom for the first time. But you see, I was also skinny. I was I was used to be disrespected by men. I was used to getting no attention from women. I remember there was this one time where I went in my washroom and I just saw myself in the mirror and tears came down. I was starting to cry and I just started to slap myself. I was starting to hurt myself because I just hated the way I looked. I hated myself and I wanted to change. I was sick of being skinny. And so what did I do? Well, I started to go to the gym. I remember there was this one day where I woke up and I was just so sick of being skinny that I told myself, today I'm going to the gym, today I'm having a workout. I went in the gym and had a bad experience because I went inside the doors and I just saw it was packed with people. There was a line to go to every single machine. There was a line to go to the bench press, the leg press, and any of the machine were used. And I just wasted so much time out of my day. I was like, I'm not going back to the gym. It was a time that it clicked for me that I don't want to waste all of the time that I'm wasting in the gym. And so I completely stopped going to the gym and I started to work out at home. Truly, it was the best experience for me by far because I was just able to achieve my two goals. I was able to work out and I was also able to get in the best shape of my life. When I started to work out at home, I had 2 more hours of focus to work on my business. Think about it, 2 hours more per day on your business that you could focus instead of going to the gym. This is why it is the best option by far for your entrepreneurs. You don't have to waste your time in the gym. You don't have to go to the gym or any of that. You'll get in the best shape of your life from the comfort of your home whilst building your business, whilst focusing on your business. By the way, if you want more of my personal help, go click the link in the description right now, watch the video, and book a call with me. I will talk about how I can help you. Working out at home changed my life forever. I'm being serious about this because when I started to work out at home, I was way less stressed and anxious. Not only because I was wasting my energy, I was moving, I was using big weights and all of that, but also because it made my business grow. It made my focus on only one thing. I wasn't thinking about the gym. I wasn't thinking about anything else but my business, and that is why I was able to completely focus on business. When I was younger, I was not consistent at all until I started to read this book. I read Atomic Habits, and in this book, it told me about stacking habit. It was the first time in my life that I learned about that, and this technique changed my life. It changed the way I work out because it made me consistent. It made me consistent on the long term. So basically, what I started doing is that I would come back from school because when I was younger, I started to work out when I was still in school, and I would eat when I'd come back from school. And so what did I do? Well, I would stack working out on top of eating because I knew that I was eating every single day after school, and I just wanted to continue the routine instead of starting it out of nowhere. Because when I was younger, I just started to work out of nowhere, and that's why I was not consistent because I didn't have a routine. I didn't create the routine of working out. I didn't continue routine. I started a new one out of nowhere. It was random, and that's why I was not consistent. So that's the thing I can tell you. Stack a habit. For example, right now there's a thing that you do every single day. What I want you to do is stack working out on top of it. I give you an example, right? Now I wake up at about 6. From 6:30 to 12, I do my focused deep work on my business where I totally focus on business. From 12 to 12:30, I eat. And then from 12:30 to 1:30, I stack working out on top of eating. And since I've been doing that, it just made me consistent. It made me work out every single day, and it is way easier for me to work out since I started to do this. So stack habit. When I was younger, I had a very bad identity towards myself. I always had negative thoughts in my mind, and it was always keeping me from achieving the things that I wanted to do. You see, I was swimming upstream, and so I started to read a lot of books about identity, and it told me that if your identity is not aligned with your goal, you are basically swimming upstream. And it made sense to me because whenever I would try to work out, I would work out for 3 days and then take a week off. I would work out for 4 days, then take 2 weeks off. And that was the moment in my mind that I told myself, you need to change your identity because your identity is not aligned with your goal. Your identity is of this skinny guy who is not consistent on anything, and that was my identity. So you can tell that it was hard for me to stay consistent. So I changed my identity, and it made working out a part of me. How did I change my identity? Well, I would forcefully put positive thoughts in my mind. For example, I would tell myself 100 times a day, I'm a healthy athlete that never cheats on his diet. I would tell myself that, I would repeat myself that. I would brainwash my own brain in order to have a new identity, in order to have an identity that was aligned with my goal of fitness. Because if your identity is not aligned with your goal, you're swimming upstream, and every action that you take will be blocked by your identity. Another thing that happened to me was that I was not motivated to work out. And if we're being honest with ourselves, it's good to have motivation. Like it's nice to have motivation. So what I did is I made a list of all of the benefits that would happen to me once I would get in the best shape of my life. I would write every single thing down, and then when I wouldn't feel motivated, I would come back and I would read that list. On that list, I would write how I would get girls, the girls that I would get, the respect that I would get from my family, how other people would treat me, and all of that was motivational for me because whenever I didn't feel like working out, I would come back to this list and I would just read it and I would visualize what would happen to me in my mind. This is your action step right now. I want you to take a pen, pause this video, and write every single thing that will happen to you once you get in the best shape of your life. Write every single thing. And whenever you don't feel motivated, I want you to come back to this list. I want you to read it. I want you to visualize what will happen to you once you get in the best shape of your life. And you'll just feel 10 times more motivated to work out. I started to visualize what my life would look like once I had built an aesthetic body, once I had get in the best shape of my life. There was something that I visualized every single day. For example, every single year I come back to see my father's side of my family. I come back to see the father side of my family for Christmas, and I told myself if I work out every single day, then my family will respect me. They will compliment me, and they will just see that I've been putting the work on my body. I would visualize how they would treat me. I would see how they would treat me, and it just made me want to work out even on the hard days. I would visualize how people would look at me, the difference on how people would look at me when I would get in the best shape of my life. I would visualize people listening to what I have to say because they respect what I have to say, because they know that I'm constant, that I'm a hardworking guy. I would visualize all of this, and then the motivation would come. That's what I suggest you do, right? Make a list of every single thing that will happen to you once you get in the best shape of your life. When I first started to work out, I used to have no bench, and my workouts were just bad. They were very bad because I would try to do a bunch of exercise on the floor, and just without a bench, you can't have the best workout. So I started to look for bench on Amazon, Walmart, Target, and I found the bench, and it completely changed my workout forever. When you have a bench, your workout just gets 2 times better. So I really suggest you buy a bench. You can buy a bench at Walmart, Target, or any big store like this. I also tried to work out without dumbbells, right? I would do push up and squats and leg raise, but I just didn't gain weight. I just didn't gain muscle, and I was sick of that. And so I found out that the problem was that I didn't have dumbbells. Of course, you need dumbbells if you want to get in the best shape of your life. You will need dumbbells. So I started to go to a gym equipment store and I found dumbbells. And now that I have dumbbells, my workouts are just two times better because, of course, you need dumbbells if you want to get in the best shape of your life. And it completely changed my workout. So really buy dumbbells. You need them. When I was younger, I couldn't even do one pull up, and now I can do 20 pull up. And this equipment, the door frame pull up bar, is very, very useful in order to have great workouts. To allow you to do the pull up, the chin up, and a bunch more exercise. You can find it at Walmart, Target. I personally bought mine at Walmart, and honestly, now that I have this, it's just completely life changing, completely changed my workout and the way I do the exercise. I used to train with no mirror, and my movements were just bad because I didn't know how to work out. I didn't have anything to review my movement, and I bought a mirror, and it completely changed my workout because it allowed me to see if I was working out correctly, if I was training the right way. And now that I have a mirror, my workout are just a lot better. So I really suggest you buy a mirror. When I was younger, I was this skinny guy. I was getting disrespected by guys. I was getting no attention from women whatsoever, and I was just sick of that. So I started to make research on YouTube, how to get women, how to get attention, and all of that. And I stumbled on this. I stumbled that this video told me that if I had built the V shape, women would start to respect me. Women would start to give me attention. And so I researched, okay, how do I get the V shape? How do I get this shape? And I found out that you need to focus on the back, the upper pec, the side delts, the neck, and the lower abs. This shape would just make you look a lot more masculine. It will make the female gaze way more attracted to you, and that is why I wanted to focus on that shape. So I started to do some exercise every single day in order to target these parts of my body, and I will tell them to you. But first, let's talk about sets. Since you're a business entrepreneur, you don't have time to do 4 sets. And my workout used to be just so long. Like I would do 4 sets or 3 sets, and my workout would last 2 hours, 3 hours. My it was just way too long. I would just waste so much time doing workouts, and I started to be sick of that. I was getting sore for way too long. My workouts were not the best because they were just too long. And so I started to do 2 sets. I was going to failure because I searched on the internet how to have faster workout, and I stumbled on this. I started to do 2 sets, and I saw a big difference on my body. I was gaining way more muscle because I was going to failure. What I did is for the first week, I would go to 1 set because if you go to 1 set, your brain almost bullies you to push yourself harder. It tells yourself you only have 1 set, so you have to give your everything. And so I was pushing myself a lot more now that I was going to 1 set. It allowed me to see my real failure. It allowed me to see my real potential and how much I could push myself. And that is really what I suggest. For a week straight, just go to 1 set. Just go to your real failure and then go to 2 sets. That's what I did, and it just made me gain a lot more muscle. Since I first started to work out, I did the pull up every single day because I used to work at Subway, and basically, I had this colleague that had a huge crush. She was very beautiful, and she told me that all the girls like big back, massive back, and that was when I started to do the pull up. I wanted to seduce her, I wanted to get her. But after 2 months of doing this exercise, it wasn't even about my colleague. It was just that I saw such a big difference on my body after doing the pull up that I just fell in love with this exercise. I just wanted to do it every single day. And that's exactly what I started to do. Every single workout, I started to do the pull up every single day, and I just saw a big difference on my back. And you can see that this back transformation is very good. Most of that comes from doing the pull up, and I really suggest you do the pull up if you want to have a big back. Another thing I used to do is I used to do a lot of push up, and I just didn't like the push up because it gave me a saggy look. Basically, the push up focused on the lower part of my chest, and it just gave me that saggy look, like I said, and I was sick of that. I didn't want the saggy look. I wanted to have a masculine chest. So I started to do the decline push up. I put my feet on a bench, on a chair, and since it was declined, it focused on the upper part of my pec, and that was the moment that I just fell in love with this exercise once again. I started to do it every single day, and my upper pec grew with this exercise, and I really suggest you do this exercise if you want to have the V shape. I struggled a lot to grow my shoulder when I first started to work out. Like I would try a bunch of different exercise, and I was just sick of it because my shoulder wouldn't grow. They were small, and I was just sick of that. And so I went on a trip with one of my friends, and he was very muscular. He was jacked, and I asked him, "My shoulder can't grow. How do you build such massive shoulder?" And he told me that he would simply do the lateral raise, not once a week like I was doing, but every single day of the week. And so I was like, okay, okay. And I tried it, and it definitely works. So if you want to build massive shoulder, just do the lateral raise, not once, but every single day. And you will see a massive difference on your shoulder. I used to be bullied by guys when I was in secondary school, and it was because I had a skinny neck. I just looked weak. I had a bad voice. I was just small. I was looking weak. And most of that was because I had a very skinny neck. I was just looking like a little boy. You can see the difference it does to have a bigger neck, right? On these two pictures on the left, this guy looks weak. He looks like a little boy and he does not look good. And on the right, he looks way better. And the only difference is that his neck is way bigger than on the left. So I started to do the neck curls and it completely changed the way my neck looked. Before, my neck used to be like this. It was very small, and I was getting pretty disrespected because I just looked like a little boy. Now that I do the neck curls, I get more respect for myself and from everybody around me because they see that I just look more masculine with this neck. Not only will it make a bigger neck, but it will also change your face and the way your whole body look. So there's two ways that I do neck curls. I either do it on my back where I put the weight on the front of my face with a towel between the weight and my face, or I do it on my chest where I put the weight on the back of my head with a towel again between the weight and my head, and it will target the back part of your neck. If you do it on your back, it will target the front part of your neck, and these are two great exercise in order to have a massive neck, in order to have a masculine neck. And I really suggest you do them because it completely changed the way I looked and it just made me far more masculine. So I really, really suggest you do these two exercises. I remember when I was younger, I was sick of getting rejected. I was sick of getting no attention from women, and I was like, how can I change that? I started to search on YouTube fast six pack abs workout, and I was doing 1 hour workout for my abs. I was doing like 2 hours workout for my abs. And after the workout, I looked at my abs and I still didn't have abs. The promise of the video didn't give me what I wanted. And so I made more research and I found out that you don't need to work them 1 hour per week. You just need to work them 10 minutes every single day. And that's how you build abs. You just need discipline to work them 10 minutes every single day, and in 2 to 3 months you will have a six pack. So here are the two exercises that I do every single day. First of all, on the left you can see is the leg raise. I do 50 leg raise and then 10 hang leg raise, as you can see on the right. I do 2 sets every single day, 2 series every single day, and since I've been doing that, I have a six pack and it's just completely life changing, to be honest. So I really suggest you do these two exercises and don't don't do what I was doing. Don't do like 1 hour workout in order to have a six pack. It simply won't work. It didn't work for me and it won't work for you. So train them a little bit every single day, and that's the way to have a six pack. Once again, if you want more of my personal help, if you're a business entrepreneur and you want to achieve your goal faster, go click the link in the description, watch the video, and book a call with me. We'll talk about how I can help you. Best shape, best life.